Howdy y'all, you're back at the Thrift Store Rundown, bringing Hollywood home on a budget. Today I'm bringing you a down-home country cookbook that is as grand as golden grits. We're talking southern living, country music's greatest hits, show-stopping recipes and whips from country's biggest stars by Tanner Latham of Southern Living magazine, who brought the whole thing together with the cooperation of CMT, Country Music Television. This Northerner picked it up for a show-stopping good price of $5.99. Okay, I'll stop with the accent. The point is, I really like this book a lot, and I'll tell you why. There are a lot of recipes and a lot of family traditions from country music's biggest stars. But today, I'll narrow my highlights down to the on-air personalities of CMT for you. And we'll begin right now with Cody Allen. CMT television and radio personality, Cody Allen has been in the business since he was a teenager. Get to know him just a little, and you'll see exactly why. He contributes a few recipes such as taco soup. Taco soup has become an Allen family favorite, especially when paired with jalapeno cheese cornbread. We really like to light up the taste buds, Mexican style. Sunday chicken and jalapeno cheese cornbread. Cody hosts radio and TV shows, so his Sundays are precious time reserved for his family. Says Cody, we enjoy each other's company. Next up, Katie Cook. As a CMT host, Katie Cook spends her days quizzing the stars on their lives, loves, and music. But her weekends are reserved for family, food, and fun. A few of the CMT personalities are actually country music stars in their own right, like Katie Cook, who was a part of a band called Reno, who in 2000 released that is so hard to pronounce, a self-titled album, eponymously. I may be a wordsmith, but there are certain words that I just can't pronounce. Anyway, this was the self-titled album Reno, released in 2000 with her brother Jason. Anyway, let's talk about the food, since I know that's what you came for. She contributes fancy pancakes. Every Saturday morning is pancake time at our house. I try to surprise my daughter Daisy Rocket with a different design every time. And you should have the pancake mix available to make fancy pancakes. She provides a homemade version down below from the recipe proper. Here is vegan massaman curry with tofu. It's not just southern cooking, and it's not just carnivore cooking, and it's not just vegan cooking. It's different ethnicities and traditions of cooking from the personalities and the country music stars that really make this book shine like the stars in the sky every time you see a country music festival out on stage. Katie grew up eating lots of Indian food prepared by her parents, who are the inspiration for this curry. And here we have a minted pea soup. This was developed by Katie's brother and former bandmate Jason, who continues to perform and also works as a vegan chef in Bristol, England. How about that? And here we have some tofu lettuce wraps. This has some tips on how to keep food fresh, how to prepare it properly. Different cooking tips that you might find useful. A memorable meal at an Asian restaurant inspired this light vegetarian dish. This is the vegetarian Mexican chili dip. Ooh, boy, Katie's really ruling the roost when it comes to CMT on-air personalities. Her family was vegetarian, and so is Katie. My parents were always asking us how many fruits or vegetables we'd eaten that day. This was one taught by Katie's mother-in-law a few years ago. She always keeps the ingredients on hand because it's such an easy dish to make for last-minute parties. By the way, for each and every country music star, there's a listing of the hits, platinum, golden, single, double hits. You get it. I'm not a country music guy, but I think it's a pretty cool feature, along with their albums and what awards they won for each music star. Let's continue on with Elisa Davis. She began modeling when she was a teenager, a path that eventually led to dishing with country's biggest celebrities as a host on CMT. When she's home, she entertains, sharing recipes she learned from, and in some cases makes better than her mother. She co-hosted Hot 20 Countdown and #1 Music in a Movie. Her contributions are a Mandarin almond salad, her favorite lasagna. My mother did a lot of cooking, and as much as she could, she always made sure we were around the dinner table at night. For stuff like this, who can blame her? and hello, dollies. No matter where she is, Los Angeles or Nashville, Elise's friends devour these easy-to-make, ultra-decadent bars. They don't necessarily know what's in them, but they keep coming back. But you'll know what's in them. The ingredients are listed here. Here's Allison DeMarcus, I think the hottest of the CMT personalities we're highlighting. This CMT host, former beauty queen and wife of a country music star, loves casseroles, but that's not just because they are Southern staples. She believes they represent the importance of community and the strength found in neighborly relationships. Her husband is actually the real seven in the family, Jay DeMarcus. She especially loves his lasagna and chili. He does all the heavy cooking while I take care of the kids and keep them wangled. She contributes a breakfast casserole. That's a Southern thing. As so previously said, you just have to know how to make one if you're from the South. Here's another contribution, John Murphy's corn casserole. John Murphy is a friend of Allison's, who works for Rascal Flatts. This is his mama's recipe for corn casserole, and it's divine. It's quick, wholesome, and delicious. Comfort food at its best. Here is Miss Karen's pizza casserole. This delicious make-ahead dish is loaded with ground beef and pepperoni. Top it with fresh oregano or oregano for even more healthy flavor. Oregano, healthy? No, it's an herb. Doesn't add a lot of health, but it does add a lot of spice and a fresh, nice herb flavor. The kids love Jay's mother's pizza casserole. Jay's part Italian, and he grew up on this dish. Now let's take a look at another personality here. Craig Morgan. He wasn't a part of CMT, but he did have his own show about the outdoors on the Outdoor Channel. Singer-songwriter Craig Morgan lives life to the extreme, despite his reality show, which documents numerous outdoor exploits and lawn tours. Craig carves out a generous amount of peaceful time with his family. Peaceful, that is, until he breaks out his bagpipes. Country music is not just limited to banjos and slide guitars. So, what does he contribute in here, besides bagpipe playing? Elk shepherd's pie. Craig Morgan and his wife Karen served this at a wild game dinner they hosted. Craig, an avid hunter, harvested the elk himself, and both he and Karen are organic gardeners who love to cook at home. They work with their friend Chef Victor Lugo, shown on the left here, on the opposite page, who owns a restaurant in Dixon, Tennessee, close to where the Morgans live, to put on the dinner. We close out the book with a listing of artists that you'll find in here. All the artists listed in this book, from Amy Grant to Florida Georgia Line, to Miranda Lambert, to Jana Kramer, Wynola Judd, Zach Brown Band, Trace Atkins, Eli Young Band, and Scotty McCreery, and Alan Jackson. A lot of really cool country music stars at the top of their game. To close out this book, we have an article about the making of the cover. The cover was made by hand from Hatch Sew Print in Nashville, Tennessee, who've done promotional material and posters of the same style for Shania Twain, Ricky Skaggs, and the Mavericks, Bob Dylan, Bruce Springsteen, and B.B. King, and companies like Nike, Taylor Guitars, and Jack Daniels. A really cool article to read about. Take a look at what they've done so far. Hatch Sew Print. The real deal in Nashville, Tennessee. We follow the job all the way through and have complete ownership of it. People who are always surprised that the whole process is done by hand from start to finish. Down south, they don't do anything halfway. Here is designer printer Amber Richards and shop manager Celine Aubrey of Hatch Sew Print in Nashville, Tennessee. Where else would they go to get a good cover? Cook like a country star. CMT presents your exclusive backstage pass to supper with over 30 of today's top country music stars. Get up close and personal with future and longtime legends who share their memories, life lessons, and personal tales about family, food, and fame. Try Wynola Judd's favorite casserole. Roast up Gloriana's beer can chicken. Bake a batch of Holly Williams' sweet thumbprint cookies, and so much more. Here's a listing of the artists featured in this book. Retail price is $24.95 US and $27.95 in Canada. So our northern neighbors can get a taste of down-home southern cooking, I believe, at its absolute finest. 4.5 out of 5 for Southern Living, country music's greatest eats, soul-stopping recipes and whips from country's biggest stars. Taken from a northerner, this is a cookbook worth coming home to, whether you live down home, down south, or in any home across this great land of ours. People down south, they know how to eat, and I think you'll agree with me with this cookbook, they damn sure know how to cook. Thanks for watching. That's the Thrift Store Rundown, where we bring Hollywood home on a budget. Y'all come back now, you hear?